In an age where our phones unlock with a glance and our doors open with a touch, biometric technology has certainly made life more convenient. But as we bask in the convenience of finger swipe logins and face recognition selfies, Illinois has thrown a bit of a curveball with its Biometric Information Privacy Act, BIPA. Why? Because, as it turns out, there's a fine line between high-tech convenience and Orwellian nightmare. Imagine this. You're in a bustling Chicago cafe, and you're just about to pay for your coffee with a casual thumbprint when a thought hits you. Where is that thumbprint going, and who gets to see it? Enter BIPA, the superhero regulation swooping in to save our biometric day. BIPA isn't just a dry piece of legislation. It's your new best friend in the fight to keep your personal data personal. And trust me, in the realm of biometric privacy, everyone needs a friend like BIPA. So, whether you're a business owner wondering how to stay on the right side of the law, or just a tech-savvy individual curious about where your biometric data ends up, this guide will walk you through the ins and outs of Illinois' pioneering Privacy Act. Let's dive into the nitty-gritty of BIPA and see why it's making waves and lawsuits in the world of biometric information. To the uninitiated, BIPA might sound like a trendy new brunch spot or perhaps an exotic vacation destination. Alas, it's neither. The Biometric Information Privacy Act is actually Illinois' legislative response to the Wild West of biometric data, where tech companies were running amok with our fingerprints and facial scans like kids in a candy store. BIPA, enacted back in 2008, was the first law in the nation to address the collection and use of biometric data. Think fingerprints, retina scans, voice prints, and even that fancy facial recognition tech that makes you feel like a secret agent. But why did Illinois, home of deep dish pizza and the Willis Tower, decide to take the lead on biometric privacy? Because someone had to play the grown-up in this rapidly advancing technological playground. Under BIPA, businesses must obtain informed consent before collecting any biometric data. And no, a quick glance at the terms and conditions doesn't cut it. We're talking about clear, written consent, where individuals are informed of how their data will be used and for how long. Imagine that, being asked for permission before your face gets stored in a database. Moreover, BIPA mandates that companies develop a publicly available retention schedule and guidelines for permanently destroying biometric data once it's served its purpose. Gone are the days of your biometric data lingering in cyber limbo indefinitely. But the real kicker? BIPA grants individuals the right to sue. Yes, you read that correctly. If a company messes with your biometric data without following the rules, you can take them to court. And Illinois residents have done just that, leading to a slew of lawsuits that have made headlines and emptied corporate coffers. So in essence, BIPA is the legal equivalent of a stern parent, ensuring that companies play nice with your biometric data. It's a groundbreaking law that not only protects your privacy, but also holds businesses accountable. And in today's data-driven world, that's no small feat. Now that we've established BIPA isn't a chic cafe or a tropical getaway, let's dive into the meat and potatoes of the Act, its key provisions. Think of these as the rules of the game, designed to keep companies from treating your biometric data like a free-for-all buffet. Remember the golden rule your mom taught you? Always ask before taking. BIPA takes this to heart by requiring companies to obtain informed consent before they even think about collecting your biometric data. This isn't just a quick pop-up window that you blindly click agree to. It's a full disclosure about what's being collected, why, and for how long. Imagine that. Your face, your rules. Under BIPA, companies can't hoard your biometric data like a squirrel stashing nuts for winter. They must establish and adhere to a clear retention schedule, which dictates how long they can keep your data. Once it's served its purpose, it must be destroyed. It's like spring cleaning for your digital identity. Here's the pièce de résistance. BIPA gives individuals the right to sue if their biometric data is mishandled. That's right. If a company flouts the rules, you can take them to court faster than you can say privacy infringement. This private right of action is the teeth behind BIPA, making it one of the most powerful privacy laws in the country. Violating BIPA isn't just a slap on the wrist. Companies can face hefty fines for each violation, ranging from $1,000 to $5,000 per incident. That's enough to make any business think twice before mishandling your biometric data. So next time you scan your thumb to get into the office, rest assured there are serious consequences if that data isn't treated with the care it deserves. In summary, BIPA's key provisions ensure that your biometric data is collected responsibly, stored securely, and disposed of properly, with real consequences for non-compliance. It's like having a bouncer at the door of the Biometric Data Club, making sure only those with proper credentials get in. And in a world where data breaches and privacy violations are all too common, that's a VIP treatment we can all appreciate. All right, business owners, it's time to roll up those sleeves and get serious about BIPA compliance. Think of it as your new business mantra: scan responsibly, stay out of court. Here are the strategies you need to avoid becoming the next cautionary tale in biometric data mismanagement. First and foremost, transparency is your best friend. You need to be as clear as a pristine lake about what biometric data you're collecting and why. This means providing explicit notices and obtaining written consent. No sneaky fine print or legal jargon, just straightforward, honest communication. Consider it your honesty is the best policy approach to data collection. Developing a robust privacy policy is non-negotiable. This document should outline your data retention schedule, guidelines for data destruction, and the security measures you have in place to protect biometric data. Think of it as your compliance compass, guiding you through the murky waters of data management. Without it, you're navigating a minefield blindfolded. When it comes to storing biometric data, think Fort Knox, not a backyard shed. Implement stringent security measures to protect this sensitive information. Encryption, access controls, and regular audits should be part of your standard operating procedure. After all, you wouldn't leave the vault door open at a bank, would you? Your employees are on the front lines of biometric data collection and management. Make sure they're well-trained and fully aware of BIPA's requirements. Regular training sessions can transform them from potential liabilities into compliance champions. It's like turning rookies into MVPs. Everyone wins. If you're using third-party vendors to handle biometric data, ensure they're playing by BIPA's rules too. Remember, their mishandling of data can come back to haunt you. Draft solid contracts that hold vendors to the same high standards of data protection and transparency. It's like making sure your partners in crime are just as careful as you are. Think of regular audits as the tune-up for your compliance engine. Periodically review your practices, policies, and data security measures to ensure everything is running smoothly and in line with BIPA's requirements. It's proactive maintenance to prevent a costly breakdown. All right, time to bring this discussion out of the legal texts and into the real world. What happens when businesses ignore BIPA, or worse, treat it like a pesky pop-up ad? Spoiler alert, nothing good. Here are some cautionary tales that underscore why compliance isn't just a suggestion. It's a survival strategy. Let's kick things off with a heavyweight. Facebook. In 2020, the social media giant found itself in hot water for its facial recognition technology, which automatically tagged users in photos without explicit consent. The result? A whopping $650 million settlement. That's enough to make any CEO's face drop faster than a bad connection on a video call. The takeaway? Even tech titans can't afford to ignore BIPA's rules. Six Flags Great America decided to collect thumbprints for season pass holders without proper consent. What they didn't anticipate was a roller coaster of legal troubles. The Illinois Supreme Court ruled that even without proving actual harm, the mere violation of BIPA was enough to sue. So while thrill seekers were enjoying the rides, Six Flags was strapped into a legal ride they couldn't escape. Google Photos' face grouping feature, which organized pictures by faces, also ran afoul of BIPA. In 2021, Google agreed to a $100 million settlement for collecting and storing biometric data without proper consent. It's a stark reminder that smiling for the camera can sometimes come with a hefty price tag. These high-profile cases illustrate the significant financial and reputational risks of ignoring BIPA. For businesses, the message is clear. Compliance isn't just a legal obligation, it's a business imperative. The cost of non-compliance can be astronomical, not just in terms of fines and settlements, but also in the loss of customer trust and brand damage. These cases have set important legal precedents that shape how BIPA is enforced and interpreted. They highlight the importance of proactive compliance measures and serve as a stark warning to other businesses. The legal landscape is now dotted with cautionary tales, making it clear that the stakes are high in the realm of biometric privacy. As we peer into the not-so-distant future, one thing is clear: biometric technology isn't going anywhere. From unlocking our smartphones to verifying our identities at airports, biometrics are becoming as common as Wi-Fi and just as essential. So, what does the future hold for biometric privacy in Illinois? Let's get out our crystal ball and take a look. Biometric technology is evolving at a breakneck pace. We're moving beyond just fingerprints and facial recognition to more exotic forms like gait analysis. Yes, they can identify you by the way you walk, and even vein pattern recognition, a literal deep dive into your veins. As these technologies develop, the need for robust privacy protections like BIPA will only grow stronger. Given the rapid advancements, Illinois lawmakers may feel the urge to revisit BIPA, tightening its provisions to address new challenges. This could mean stricter regulations, more comprehensive consent requirements, and heftier penalties for violations. Imagine BIPA 2.0, sleeker, tougher, and ready to take on the future of biometric data. For businesses, the message is clear: adapt or face the consequences. Staying ahead of the curve will require ongoing vigilance and a commitment to privacy. This means regularly updating compliance strategies, investing in state-of-the-art security measures, and fostering a culture of transparency. In the biometric future, only the proactive will thrive. As consumers become more savvy about their digital rights, they'll demand greater transparency and control over their biometric data. Think of it as a privacy renaissance, where people are more informed and empowered than ever before. Companies that respect and protect their customers' data will earn their loyalty and trust, a priceless commodity in any era. Illinois has set a high bar with BIPA, and other states, and even countries, are taking note. We might see a ripple effect, with similar laws popping up around the globe. Illinois could very well become the gold standard for biometric privacy, leading the charge in the battle to protect personal data in an increasingly digital world. As we wrap up our deep dive into the world of Illinois' Biometric Information Privacy Act, BIPA, one thing is abundantly clear: protecting your biometric data is no joke. Whether you're a business owner or a consumer, BIPA is the knight in shining armor, guarding your most personal of personal data from being mishandled or exploited. In this age of rapid technological advancement, it's easy to get swept up in the convenience and forget the potential pitfalls. But as BIPA reminds us, with great technology comes great responsibility. So while you enjoy the futuristic perks of biometric tech, unlocking phones with a glance or gaining access with a thumbprint, remember the rules of the game. Businesses, it's your duty to play by the book. Transparency, security, and compliance aren't just buzzwords. They're your keys to avoiding costly lawsuits and maintaining customer trust. Get those privacy policies in check, train your staff, and keep that biometric data as secure as Fort Knox. Consumers, stay informed and vigilant. Know your rights, and don't be afraid to ask questions. Your biometric data is uniquely yours, and you have every right to know how it's being used and protected. BIPA is your ally in this, ensuring that your data isn't treated like a free-for-all buffet. In the end, BIPA is more than just a legal safeguard. It's a testament to the importance of privacy in our increasingly digital world. So, let's all raise a glass or a fingerprint to a future where our biometric data is respected and protected. Cheers to a world where convenience and privacy go hand in hand, guided by the principles of BIPA. And remember, as you navigate this biometric landscape, whether you're swiping a thumbprint or scanning a face, do it with confidence, knowing BIPA has your back. Here's to a secure and privacy-respecting future. Click like and subscribe for weekly updates on all your favorite podcast platforms.